I saw there was like a little video like that, and it was one of the cooking shows, and it was like a spicy dish they had to make, and this white lady was cooking it, and she was like, I have an extra amount of taste buds on my tongue, so anything spicy like really gets to me. And there was this black lady was judging, and she instantly was just like, like, what the fuck, lady? It was so great.
That was on a TV show?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what TV. I saw it on Instagram.
Crazy.
I don't know what TV show, but it was one of those, cooking shows where they, cook the dish and then they get basically fucking roasted.
Yeah.
On live TV, they're like, "This is garbage." Blah, blah, blah. There's always one person who they're like, "This is the best thing I've ever had," and it's always someone who works in like a little hole in the wall somewhere. But that's how you know it's good food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
I've just seen the lady that says the microwave.
The microwave?
Yeah, she's like, we're going to put this in the microwave. Which is microwave.
Yeah.
Is she joking?
No, she says it like that. Like it's a legit cooking show.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
She's like, we're just going to put this into the microwave
Or like
and move on.
Does she say oven normally?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
She says oven.
Now,
The
yeah.
oven. We have to put this in the oven.
Okay.
Like,
I buy that.
Yeah, see? You just got to throw it's in the microwave.
Oh, yeah. Is there an accent involved?
No, I think she was just white.
Well, that's sad.
She's just like, yeah, we're going to throw it in the microwave.
That's sad.
That is sad.
Cool.
At least if she had like an accent or it was faking an accent, you could be like, I get it. She's trying to make it sound fancy, but she's microwaving pizza bites.
Right.
If I find it, I'll send it over.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Well, I had seen another one, and it was a Gordon Ramsay one. So, of course, this guy got lit up. But he was like, Gordon Ramsay was like, oh, tell me this was made with like fresh tomatoes. And the guy was like, yeah, fresh canned tomatoes.
Same thing.
It's not the same.
Oh, man. Dude, he didn't even taste the dish. Because there was another thing that he said, like, did you use it fresh? And he basically said he used like a canned or something. I can't remember what the other piece was. And he literally just scooped it over into the trash.
Oh, my gosh.
Didn't even try it. And I was like, I'm sure it still tasted good, but you can't come on Gordon Ramsay's show and then be like, fresh canned tomatoes.
I love his energy.
What can you eat that's fresh and canned?
I don't know. I think that's the point, right? Because if it's canned, it's not fresh.
Well, I mean, I'd say sardines is probably a good one.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They're sealed tight in a can of their own disgusting juices.
Yeah, but it's fresh. They grab it, they put it in the can, and there you go.
So how long can something sit in a can before it's not fresh? I think is the root question here. You know what I mean? Because like, what if they're like, oh, these are canned tomatoes, but the farmer was like, yeah, I fucking canned them yesterday.
Right. Like, see, I would consider that fresh.
Yeah. But like, obviously, most things that are canned.
So within the week.
Within the week, it's fresh.
I mean, a week is pretty fresh. If it's like, hey, someone canned this 2 weeks ago, that's starting to get kind of old.
Yeah, basically, if it would, probably just the amount of time before it would go bad in the fridge, right?
Yeah, like once you start hitting, okay, this would be bad in a natural state, then it's old.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still edible.
Yeah.
I mean, and I still have canned vegetables,
yeah.
definitely
Nothing wrong
from
with that.
years ago that are still good that I will eat. But
I always love looking at like a can of something and then just like looking at the expiration date and being like, because it's always either way longer or way shorter than I imagine it to be.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always like, 2 years. And they're like, you can have it in a decade from now. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
But
Yes.
Doesn't it have like a lot of sodium?
Yeah, usually
like
to kind of help keep it from like going bad. Yeah.
you know what I learned does have a long shelf life? Drugs that are made with chemicals.
Yeah, right. I don't
Really?
I did not know that. Yeah. Yeah. And not just prescription drugs, like illicit drugs, like MDMA.
Yeah.
That's good for 20 years.
I mean, they're made,
20
But
years.
even if you leave
Are
it,
you going to take some 20-year-old MDMA?
I was going to say, what if you left it in the sun? Or like it sat in someone's car?
Oh, well, yeah, it definitely says it has to be within a certain temperature
Oh,
range.
okay.
If it's been stored at like normal room temperature and it hasn't gotten
Oh, okay.
wet, then it's good for
So if you find it in the car,
20 plus years.
Yeah.
But if you find it in the house, definitely take it.
Yeah, like if you're just like remodeling the house, you find a little baggie of a bunch of pills. You're like, oh, these are probably good.
That's where I live.
This is my Friday night.
You move the TV after 10 years or something.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
under the TV, and you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, God, that's where that went, huh?
Here's my cocaine. Now I'll have energy to finish the rest of this project.
Would cocaine still be fine? Because that's like a powder. That's not necessarily.
Oh, honestly,
like
I don't
like
know.
a pill form.
That I don't know.
Well, doesn't it come from a pill and then it's just crushed or whatever?
It's actually
No, it's a plant.
It's a plant. It's
Yeah.
a leaf, coca.
Oh, well, it depends who makes it, I guess.
Yeah.
How long is cocaine good for?
I would guess a couple of years, but also
Not a high.
they're like it's about 45 minutes.
How long before cocaine expires? Maybe that's a better way to phrase it.
Yeah, because if you say how long does cocaine last for, they're definitely.
Does cocaine go bad? Thank you. That's
you
what
go.
I want to know. 5 things to keep in your kitchen. Oh, no, it says to keep in mind. Okay, never mind. Can
like-
cocaine go bad? So a lot of people want to know if cocaine can go bad or expire. Yeah, it's a stimulant, blah, 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 blah. But does it have any expiration date? The answer is no.
Oh.
The only way for cocaine to expire is if you take it out of its original packaging and open up all the bags, exposing them to air. Cocaine will not go bad in your pocket either because of temperature, stays fairly constant.
Oh, so if you find cocaine in your car 10 years later, you should be fine.
You can have it
And a pair of
as long as it has not been opened.
Yeah.
Apparently, the air.
So
makes
what
it
I'm
toxic.
hearing is the cartels need to start canning cocaine. To
Oh my
guarantee that it's
gosh.
not going to be, opened in transit or
It's
anything.
Oh, yeah.
5-year investment. So you open it 5 years later.
Yeah. It's like,
They're like-
fine.
You know how much this cocaine costs today with inflation?
Exactly.
Like whenever you have like 20 or 30-year-old scotch that's really good scotch, it's like,
Yeah.
this is a 30-year blend of
Of
cocaine.
That good old Colombian Bam Bam.
This is a 1978 year. It was a
Sorry,
good
it's-
year.
It's yellow. It's not white anymore.
Like that.
Oh,
It just
shit.
aged.
Yeah. It's just aged.
Yeah, that would be insane.
What if everything aged like wine? Like people would stockpile.
Like actually got better?
Yeah. Like any, drink or drug or like anything like that. Like people would just stockpile.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we would have run out of resources many years ago. Many
Oh,
years
man.
ago. Because people would
In the
just start
90s.
holding on to stuff.
The crack epidemic.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. If it's too good, it's not going to last.
Yeah.
So.
But not in his universe where he just said
Everybody's.
everything
I guess
gets better
he
with
would be the
age.
only guy to store it.
Yeah, that's true. Because the thing is people are going to use it. But I'm like,
Like, that's
would
what
you-
drives
would
the
you have-
market.
Yeah. Imagine a cocaine addict has the patience.
Oh well,
to wait for
yeah,
it to age.
an addict is clearly not going to buy a fuck ton of drugs
He's
and
like
not
this.
do
He's
the
like-
drugs.
He's like, no, don't pull off that top shelf. That's aging. Needs a couple more years. We got to
Yeah.
buy some more.
No, they don't think they need to live in houses. I don't think they're going to be able to have the willpower to
Just one shelf.
not do drugs.
Yeah, his shelf is just he's on the side.
Maybe
of
he
the
keeps it
freeway.
in his sock. You know how people keep money in their sock?
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll keep it there for like 5 years.
yeah. Just forgets about it.
Never showers, though. Never takes off the sock. Just
I mean, he's homeless.
Oh, God.
making sure it's safe
Yeah.
forever, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, well, they said it can't get wet, so I'm not gonna shower.
That's true. I'm assuming the cocaine would go bad if it was wet. I'm assuming you can't wet and then dry it. But the only thing I said was it can't be exposed to air.
Make a cocaine sandcastle, get it wet.
I was going to say, like, you put chia seeds in your drink.
Yeah,
Same thing, just cocaine in
Little
there.
bit of-
Yeah.
Why do you put chia seeds in your drink?
It's healthy.
To help with digestion.
There you go.
Is that real?
Huh, yeah.
I just feel like I hear so many things that are like good for your digestive tract. And it's just, I'm like, is it really? Is it really?
Well, there's
all
so
of
many
these
things coming out now where people are like, "This is healthy for you." I'm a vlogger. I'm a blah blah blah. And then
I'm the
The
nutritionist.
Liver King.
yeah, exactly. Like the Liver King. Like everyone is like, that guy's on steroids, and he's like, I'm not on steroids. I eat raw liver. And
Well, the last thing I heard is he got implants for abs, for his abs.
That's what I've heard too. Do you know who that is? The Liver King.
That's what I want to do.
Get implants for abs, so you have a
Fuck
nice
yeah!
fucking washboard abs.
I don't have to do anything again. I don't know who that is.
He's like just a super buff dude.
He found the book on how ancestors used to live and how they used to I guess, eat raw
He found
meat.
the book.
Yeah, he found a book.
There's one book about it.
And he just began practicing it. And
Yeah.
that's his life now.
And he's like jacked. But I mean,
He sleeps on a piece of cardboard or something like that.
yeah, like he does everything like as if like how the ancestors would do it. And
He's gonna die so soon.
he's super jacked.
I don't know.
I mean,
He's been up-
and
he's
he
been out
says
for a while.
he says he's not. He says he's
Well,
not
he's
on
gonna
steroids.
he's gonna die so much earlier compared to if he was living with the
Yeah. He's pretty old.
like
bro.
food practices
He's
and
gotta be
living
in his
practices of the
30s or
day.
40s. Let me pull up a
Yeah.
picture of him because he's fucking jacked.
Right. And I don't think if he keeps living that way that he's going to be alive at 78, which is like the average or whatever.
yeah.
I think he's going to die before then.
Well, I guess our ancestors didn't live that long.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's a reason why we live longer today. And I mean, a lot of it is
Canned food and cocaine, apparently.
getting rid of our waste.
Well, it was I saw this other thing and it was like, hey, you know how like your body, like right around the age of 30, even a couple years before, you start to really get like sore and your like bones are aching and all that stuff. He's like, they were like, we only lived to 30s or 40s, not 200-300 years ago. So that's like evolution and your body still being like, it's time to go. Here, this is the Liver King.
It's time to go. Really? Dude, that's how big that guy Danny looked that pushed the plane.
There you go, dude.
But see, that guy, when he walks, his abs don't move. So it's
Yeah,
just,
he looks.
it
like,
looks very abnormal.
It looks like
Oh,
someone.
so it looks like it could be fake.
like it looks like he has water balloons in there
Yeah,
that don't move.
and there's a lot of people who
That's
are like, "There's
interesting.
no way he's natural," because like, I mean, he's like, because a lot of people can get that big, but he's like that big and hella cut, and usually it's like one or the other.
Like he has to have
you either
zero
get
body
big or you get
fat.
cut.
Yeah.
and no water. in
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
like
system.
usually people who are big, like not that they're not like cut up and don't have muscles and stuff like that, but they're bulkier rather
Yes.
than like so defined and like cut up and whatnot. Like that's
Right.
like the
I like the kind of big boys that don't even get abs. Don't focus on your abs.
Yeah,
Just
you don't-
focus on arms and legs, and so they just have like a powerful stomach.
they just have a fucking barrel for
Yes.
a torso.
Yes, I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
Oh my god, what was I about to say?
Sorry.
No, you're good. I just lost it. Yeah, it's not important.
It's you normally I only have one or the other, either super big or
yeah,
ripped.
the guy from
Ripped.
Game of Thrones, the Mountain.
Right.
Like when he was the Mountain, he was huge.
Yes.
Like, and he went to box someone who was like another like strongman like that.
Okay.
But he stopped doing his strongman stuff, so he got more cut, and he's still huge, but like
Right.
the way his body is defined, he's all cut up now and like shredded, and like obviously he's still like 6'8", 200 whatever pounds,
Jeez.
and still hella strong, but like he lost a lot of the like just mass that he was before, if that makes sense.
I can't believe they found someone that tall. I legit thought it was just CGI.
Oh no, dude, it's
I
Someone
thought
on
they were like,
stilts.
this is impossible. We don't want to take the time to find someone who's 6'8" and can act. We'll just go.
well at that point they don't even need you to act. I don't think he says anything in the whole.
just
Game
be
of
That's
yourself,
true.
Right? He's like, just be big.
That's true.
There's this giant sword that's the size.
Or were they so desperate for someone that was 6'8" that they took out all the lines? Little did we know the Mountain was also supposed to be like one of the highest contenders for the throne in the books. He like gets to the end with Jon Snow and they battle it out,
Yeah.
and he's just in the show silent.
Well, he hasn't even finished writing the books, right? George R. R. Martin.
Yeah, no, he's already said he's not going to.
Oh.
And I read the books, so my heart is broken.
That sucks.
little
I was like,
bit.
yeah, he wrote like a video game before he finished writing the book. Like,
Yeah.
he's helping produce the new
I'm
show.
at least grateful that he finally dropped the charade
Of,
of
like, I'm
saying
working on
that he
it.
was, because I knew he wasn't. For so long, I was like,
Yeah.
you have no reason now to finish.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to. And so he finally just
Just write
within
a
the
new
last
book.
couple years was like, yeah, it's official. I'm not going to finish it.
Yeah.
We were like, we knew.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, too, it's hard because like everybody's like, oh, well, the ending of the show sucked, and it's like he's like, well, yeah, because I didn't, they didn't follow even anything to do with the books because I'm not done writing it. But then it's like, why even finish?
But I guess I'm still going to cash these checks.
Yeah.
Well, his royalties or whatever.
Yeah. I wonder if he gets royalties for Elden Ring. If he gets royalties for that, he gets hella fucking money.
He already has hella fucking
Doesn't
money.
he? Gets more. So do all the sharks, and they still want freaking the bald
Boy.
dude, Mr. Wonderful. His gets hard when he can try to get a royalty.
Who?
Mr. Wonderful, right? That's the guy's name. The bald guy.
Mr. Clean?
No, you watch Shark Tank?
No.
You ever seen Shark
Oh,
Tank?
man.
I know what it's about.
So, I mean, it's got all the different investors.
There's a Cuban guy, Mark Cuban.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't think he's cute. I
I was referring to his name.
Oh, okay.
She said the Cuban guy, so
Yeah.
like last name.
Yeah, like if it was Jefferson, I'd be like, there's a Jefferson person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his name is, but
Mark Cuban, I just said.
no, the other guy.
the
He
Mr.
goes
Wonderful.
by Mr. Wonderful, and he's this
Like
bald guy.
Kevin or
His
But
name's
yeah,
not
Kevin
Mr.
something.
Wonderful.
No, it's Kevin something, but he calls himself Mr. Wonderful, and I think a bunch of other people who like he invested in call him Mr. Wonderful.
It's just wonderful.
Yeah, but
That's a little culty.
It is a little culty, but he always tries to get like a royalty deal out. Like if he doesn't necessarily believe in like the overall like growth of the company, he'll be like, "Well, I'll give you a deal. I want 50 cents per sale on this thing." And he's like in perpetuity. And then all the other sharks are always like, "Don't do it. He's fucking sharking you." All this stuff. He's like, "I'm not. It's a good deal. You don't have anything else."
It's a good deal.
He especially does it when there's like,
I mean, he's like, everyone be quiet. Y'all didn't offer?
Yeah.
I'm the only one up here putting my money at risk.
oh man, that'd be so cool. But I heard Mark Cuban might stop doing Shark Tank to focus on the
All of the businesses he has invested
well, no,
in.
specifically the like prescription drug business that he opened up.
Oh my God.
Well, no, he's like,
'Cause that's where all the money is.
well, he's actually he says, and his whole thing, and I've looked online, and he basically is like, hey, we don't take insurance. So like you can't have your insurance covered or anything like that. We do the general 15% markup that like, most other people who are selling stuff do. And we'll show you the price. Basically, we'll show you how much it costs us, our 15% markup. And then we'll also give you like the next best price, And I mean, there's literally cancer medication that he's selling for like a couple $100 that like one, little bottle of it or whatever is normally like 20 grand. Yeah.
Pills are that expensive?
Well, like I'm saying, like certain like cancer medications, and that's like a big one. But I
that's
mean, there
crazy.
are other medicines that I've seen on it that's like, for instance, I think it was like insulin on there is like stupid cheap compared to what everyone else is selling it for. So like he's actually doing it because he's like, he wants to show basically like how broken the like medicine like industry is, and like how much they just get away with like 1,000%
Like
markup.
how much, the markup.
Yeah. So he literally is like, look, this is how much it costs us. We're going to mark it up 15%. And then we're going to sell it to you. And that's it. That's like the whole thing. He's like, you can get a prescription. You need like a prescription, but your doctor just basically has to, fill out a form, send it out and stuff like that. But he's like, I don't want insurance because once you start dealing with insurance, they have like certain things you have to do and like certain numbers you got to hit or whatever and all this stuff. So he was like, yeah, I'm just going to open up this like pharmacy.
And if that continues and he's successful with that, which I feel like there's no reason why he wouldn't be, I also don't see any reason why insurance companies wouldn't at some point start covering his pharmacy because it would save themselves a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
That could be legit.
No, it's business. So.
That'd be really cool if Mark Cuban changed the whole fucking like face.
I think that's like what he's. I mean, that's what he's been trying to do.
He would be my hero.
It's pretty like successful so far, but I think he wants to really push it like more and more. So he's even thinking about like getting off of Shark Tank because like one, he does have a billion businesses he's already invested in, but then like this is something that he's like very adamant and like passionate about because he's like, well, I'm helping people. Obviously, I'm making money and stuff like that, but he's like, but I'm being honest about it.
Yeah,
Let me try to
that's
look
so
up
cool.
One of the price comparisons.
Yeah, that's really cool. I went on my first business trip with my new company.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Tulsa. We went to a conference there. I'm not going to say the conference. I also didn't say the workplace, if you notice.
Yeah.
I'm getting better.
There you go. She's like, I also didn't say the workplace, so I was there with Jim.
So anyways, Jefferson. No, I'm kidding.
Here's a couple of them.
Yeah.
Just before we move on.
No,
right?
yeah.
This says, I don't know how to pronounce this. Albendazole.
Okay.
Generic for Albenza. Retail price, $6,565. Mark Cuban's retail price, $453. So you're saving $6,100.
What?
Imatinib, generic for Gleevec, retail price $2,502.50. Mark Cuban's price $1,440.
What?
Yeah. Let me see if I could find one that like I can
What
recognize.
the fuck?
Let's just see Mark Cuban pharmacy price comparison.
That's insane.
Insulin. Let's see if they got insulin.
Yeah, I would like to see how much.
The listing price. Let me see. Let me see. I just want to make sure that this is the right thing.
Yeah, don't give us wrong information.
I'm just trying to make sure it's about the insulin.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Your due diligence.
For people with diabetes, for example, you can save as much as $1,640 on metformin. The listing price is $360 compared to the average retail price of $20, like per thing.
Wow.
Yeah. So like he's literally, I mean, like on the first two that I listed,
That's insane.
$6,000 difference. And because he's like, we're just going to mark it up 15%. This is what it cost me.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So anytime I get a prescription now, I'm just going to be like, yo, doctor, go fill out the form on Mark Cuban's website.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
not going to pay fucking hella money for all this.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how much he would charge for my prescription because I only get it for $7
I mean, you could look it up.
for 30 days. And
Like you
that's
can
not
literally
that
just
bad.
go on his website and
That's
like,
true.
see it. Like it's just like a freaking search library. You can just go in, search it, and then he'll even be like, I think when I went on, it was like, oh, here it is name brand and here it is generic brand. And then like the price differences and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. So
So yeah, went to
new company.
first work trip and it wasn't that bad.
Nice.
I was super nervous because I was gonna meet so many people that I hadn't met yet, and I was going up with two people that I also didn't know very well because this was like my third day at work. So really didn't even know my people very well, and I don't know anybody else. So I was a little nervous, but people were just so genuinely nice. They're just it's a very happy company.
Hell yeah.
So that was nice. However, I did not know this particular company, they do not give out company credit cards. They expense everything. So you put it on your own personal card, but you fill out an expense report and they reimburse you. And it normally is within the week. Like it's
good turnaround.
It's very quick turnaround. But I didn't know that. And we get to the hotel because we had to stay the night there. And one of the people I was with said, "Oh, you have a credit card to put the room on, right? If not, I can pay for your room if you don't have money for it." And I said, "No, I can pay for it. I just thought, like the company was paying for it." And he was like, "No, you got to pay for it first."
He's like, yeah, but after the fact.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I go to pay for the room that I'm assuming is going to be $250. $495.
Bro, they got you staying at the fucking
That's what
Ritz-Carlton?
I was like, this is insane. And I went up to my room, put my bags away, definitely took a video of it because it was the nicest room I'd ever been in. There was a dishwasher in my room.
Fuck yeah.
Like it was a studio apartment, but nice. It was hella nice. Nicer than any place I've ever lived. It was crazy. And so whenever we set all of our stuff down, we said that we would meet at the hotel bar, which of course is on the penthouse level. They have a fucking rooftop bar, which was very cool. It was very pretty. But when I met the other people that I came there with, I was like, I'm sorry, like not in a disrespectful way. This is the stupidest allocation of funds I think I've ever seen. And they laughed and they were like, yeah, no, we'll be honest. We've never stayed in a room this expensive. And I said, that's crazy. Like if it's going to be something that expensive, I kind of would like to know ahead of time.
Yeah.
Like when am I going to get this money back? Because if I have to pay 24% interest on my fucking credit card, like I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. It's like within the week, we never stay in a room this nice. And then even whenever we went to the conference with everybody else, I met the woman that actually books all of the rooms and like books all the flights and does all of that for everybody. Her first question was like, she didn't even let us ask anything. She just said, okay, so I tried to get you regular rooms, and just so you know, they were completely out of regular rooms. I could only get you guys the president's suite or regular suites, so I got you regular suites. And we were like, I mean, it's fine, but
as long as
it's
I
hella
get my money back.
expensive. Hella expensive. But yeah,
And it was just one night?
one night. Dang. One night.
$500 one night.
I mean, I will say, best pillows I've ever slept on.
Like, I just slept in it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I normally don't even sleep well in hotels because I'm always thinking about like how dirty what I'm laying on is. But
It's hella clean what you're laying on. They bleach the fuck out of everything.
I know, but it's still, I'm a little paranoid.
I know. I'm just.
But so yeah, normally I don't even sleep very well, but like everything just looked so clean and everything was so nice and pristine and just in its place. I was like, I can sleep here.
When
Never gonna stay there again.
Yeah.
But
well, yeah, because if it's on the company bill.
yeah, that's fucking insane.
When we stayed at the hotel in Dallas, it was similar where it was like a suite, but like all the rooms are suites. Like the hotel like only has like suites. It's like the whole hotel is like suites and whatnot. So it wasn't really that much. I think it definitely was not 400 something bucks a night. But right when I walked in on the TV, it literally was like, "Welcome, Trevor," and then it had like swooping shots of like Dallas and stuff. I was like, "This is fancy."
They just thought you were the guy from the movie.
Oh, I fucking.
They were like, "Oh my god, it's
God,
Trevor
it's
from
his
Disney."
Musical.
What was the name of that movie again?
Trevor the musical.
Literally, yeah.
But what was the description? It's like
Oh, it was about a young boy who's like learning to find himself in a city
you ever
that's
watch
not
it?
ready for him.
that's why they thought you were there.
Yeah. They're like,
Yeah.
"No, we're ready for him. Put his name on it."
It's on the docket. I'm gonna watch it this weekend. I'm doing it. I'm probably gonna watch it Friday night.
Hell yeah.
So when we record next.
You'll have a synopsis for us.
Yeah, I'll let you know if it's worth watching, which it is. I can already tell you right now. It's worth watching.
If only for the meme.
Yeah.
You should watch the first 5 minutes and then the last 5 minutes
Why?
and see if you can figure out what happened to like throughout the whole movie. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
It's like reading a book when you read
I'll
the
do
intro
that.
and then the.
I'll do that. I'll write down what I think the movie's going to be about, and then I'm going to watch it, and I'll tell you guys how correct I was or not.
Probably won't be that far off.
Probably not.
I mean,
it's
based off the
Disney.
description. If it's like, oh, he's in a town that's not ready for him, it's gonna be like, oh, this kid was killing it on the New York freaking ballerina scene. You know, he was about to be in the next musical on Broadway, and then his parents got a job in Kansas. You know,
Right.
in some small town, and he's going around, and all the kids are picking on him. But then he finds this one super nerdy friend who also gets picked on, and then basically, for some reason, the whole school rallies behind him for the school musical, and then he's
That's
the
because he took off his
shit.
glasses and made the transformation.
Yeah, to a fucking 10-year-old boy.
Yeah. To not a nerd anymore.
Yeah.
You take off your glasses and you're hot. That's
Yeah.
what I learned from movies.
Pretty much. Or it's a freaking
Like in any freaking like 80s or 90s movie where they do a huge makeover on a girl, they literally brush her hair and take her glasses
And
off.
she goes, "I can't see," and they're like, "That doesn't matter."
Right, but then the guy that she's had a crush on her whole entire life all of a sudden notices her because now there's no reflection in front of her face. I just don't understand. So
They're just saying guys are dumb, I guess.
no, they're saying glasses are ugly.
I think
That's what society was telling us.
probably a bit of both. Because
Yeah.
all those guys come off as idiots. Like, "Oh, I never noticed you.
Yeah, exactly.
What's new with you? What made you decide this?" Oh, it's like, dude, she's just trying to get your
But,
attention.
oh, what's your name?
Yeah.
Like
What's your name? I've been here. We've had
yeah.
class together since second grade.
Yeah.
I went to register for my CPA because you have to re-register your CPA every year in your birth month after you get it.
Random.
Oh, it's just so they can get more money.
Yeah, I mean, no. I'm saying like have it be your birth month. I would think it would just be like
The year you were first, or the month that you were first given it. Like
Yeah.
I got it in May, so I was like, oh, okay. So
It'll be May.
do I pay it next May? And they're like, no, you pay it in 3 months. And I was like,
That's
okay, cool. That's not fucking terrible.
You're like, yeah, great, because I've gotten so much money from having my CPA for 3 months.
They
Right.
should do that with car tags. It'd be so easy to remember.
That's true.
Your birth month? Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be easier to remember.
Instead of the random day that
It's like, let me check real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been 2 months.
I just know mine is like sometime in December. So right around December, I'm always like, I'll just go.
Oh.
Yeah. But so I went online and I'm like, gonna re-register my CPA so I can pay this stupid ass bill. And I was worried it was gonna be like $200. And so I was like, ugh, this is gonna suck. This is annoying.
I haven't gotten paid back from Tulsa yet.
Yeah.
But
for
I
the
only-
500 of all,
Right.
you know.
Like, but you don't have to, you only have to do it once a year. Fuck, it's whatever. And so I fill it out and I get to the thing where it says you can pay. It's only $75.
Oh, that's not bad.
And so I was like, well, I'm still annoyed that I have to do this every year.
Yeah.
At least it's only $75.
Yeah,
It could
that's
be a lot worse knowing the price I had to pay for the tests, the price I had to pay for the application, all this fucking shit. So fill it out. They were like, yeah, we'll send you an email. I get an email that my renewal request was approved. And I was like, okay, cool. That makes sense. It's approved. And it said, so go online to pay your registration fee.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, was the $75 not the registration fee?
The deposit.
It is not. $75 is the price you pay for the application to renew your registry, your registration. And then if they accept your renewal, then you pay $215.
So you pay $300.
I'm so annoyed with how expensive being an accountant is. I've looked it up for doctors. I've looked it up for lawyers. They don't have to pay that stupid.
They got to pay some fees.
They don't have to pay an application fee on their registration. Like they don't have to do any of
But
that.
how much is their registration? It's still a good amount.
I don't know how much their registration is, but the CPE that they have to do is fucking nothing. I have to do 40 hours a year and they have to do 12. I looked it up. 12. 12 a year. I wish.
Don't certain conferences though count for like 20 hours, and it's like literally you're gonna go one night.
But you have to pay for those conferences.
Yeah,
The conferences, like I've just looked to try to see how much a conference is.
a couple $100.
No, the cheapest conference I could find a ticket to, and the CPE it was only given me was like 8 hours of CPE because it was only a 1-day conference. $1,600.
What's your other options for CPE? Like taking classes at freaking.
So you can take classes, or you have to buy learning materials online. You have to pay for classes. So like everything with CPE, you have to pay to earn the CPE.
And then you got to pay to renew it. And if
Right.
you don't do your CPE with which you paid for, they won't. You can pay that $75, but then they'll be like, "Hey, you didn't
Right.
do any CPE."
Exactly. So what the best bet to do is to just suck it up and pay
Become an electrician.
right? Is to suck it up and pay like a subscription fee to either the AICPA or like CPE Think or CPE Express. Just pay for a year membership where it says they let you learn unlimited CPE, because I've done the math. And the amount of money that I was going to pay for just 40 hours of CPE this year, it was going to be, and I'm like thrift shopping, it was going to be like $468 for everything, which is not that bad.
Yeah, I mean,
but
compared to $1,600 for one conference.
2-year subscription with unlimited CPE, so I could get 40 this year and 40 next year, is only $200. Like you're way better off just buying the subscription.
Yeah.
It sucks because you're paying for like a lot up front.
Sucks because you got a $75 thing to fill out a form, then $215 to actually do it, and then you got to do $200 for the next 2 years to still basically go back to online school.
Oh yeah.
Or like,
Oh yeah. No, it's great. I definitely want to kill myself. However, my workplace will pay for my
CPE.
membership. No. I fucking wish. They will pay for my subscription to join the OSCPA, the Oklahoma Societies of CPAs, and through them they do have sometimes free like webinars or free like
That'll
little
count
lunch
for, like,
and
a
learn
couple
things.
hours or
Yeah,
whatever.
that you can go to.
That's cool.
So my work will pay for that, so I'll get some CPE through that. But yeah, and I mean, again, it's only $200 to get all my CPE knocked out for 2 years, but it's just a little annoying
Yeah.
that I constantly have to pay for this shit.
I know
Well, then you
lawyers
start
have
a
to
new
do something
job,
like
so
that too. Yeah.
Huh?
you start a new job too, so like the paycheck stuff and all that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's fucking great. And the first time I got paid, I was so sure
$2.
it was going to be a full paycheck, and it wasn't. It was half a paycheck.
bet.
So I waited 3 weeks
And then you had
for
to pay
half a paycheck.
$500.
And then next week I'll get a full paycheck, and I'm like, this is insane. I can't. This is stressing me out. And then I had to get a car.
Yeah, it's time to return the car.
No, I like it. I'm
You
happy
should have got
with
one
it.
of the little like just an electric bike.
Some Lime scooters.
I really, one of my priorities is I was like, I want something that I can easily see from anywhere in the parking lot. I can easily find it because literally all white cars look
She got
the
a
same
Ninja
to me.
Turtle cars. Which
And so it was so hard for me to find my little white accent in all the other white fucking Toyota Corollas because they all look the same.
Because like at least for me, I'm like I have a hatchback, so I'm like,
Right.
my first thing I look for is like the hatchback. And
Yeah.
it's, like, pretty easy to find and whatnot. But
Yes, but a white sedan normal car, you
yeah,
look
a
like
white Hyundai Elantra
you.
or whatever.
Yes, you look like literally
Toyota
90%
Camry,
of all the
Toyota
other
Corolla,
cars.
Civic.
Yes.
Ford.
Nissan, all the shit. So I was like, I want something that from anywhere in a parking lot, I can find it. And I told that to some of the people that I work with, and they thought that was crazy. I said, what do you mean? And they were like,
I think it's-
you have trouble finding your car? And I said, well, not like I ever get lost. I mean, I've only gone in the wrong car once, but, and they were like, once? I said, yeah, one time because some idiot left their car unlocked and it looked like mine. But I immediately realized it was not my car. Like I didn't take it. I don't know. I just, they were, you have trouble finding your car? Don't you just do the beep, 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 beep? And I was like, no, I feel like assholes do that. I don't know why. Because it doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me. You know why? It's because my dad used to get on to me for doing that. He'd be like, don't be an asshole.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it's like an asshole thing to like beep beep. I think people just don't pay attention where they park your car.
Because I used to get out of my car, and it was a habit to to lock my door until it honked.
Yeah.
So I knew that they all locked. And every time I did that, my dad was like, don't be an asshole. Don't be one of those people.
You're like, what do you mean?
And I was
I'm
like,
fucking
oh,
locking my
okay.
car.
And so I just stopped.
Yeah, but now you can't find your car.
I know.
Now that's your number one thing when getting a car. You're like, I got to be able to
See my car. I know. Can we mount something on the top with a sign that says,
Well, people do
Your
the
car is
balloons on
here.
the trunk. So when you open the trunk, it just pops balloons up. I don't know if you ever seen that.
I think I've seen it before, yeah.
So some cars.
so they can find their car?
Yeah, so like mine, you can open the trunk from your remote.
Oh, okay, from the remote.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you walk out and you hit it,
I thought you meant I'm picturing manually, and I was like, why do you need balloons to identify the car you're manually opening? But never mind.
I remember when we were...
so you could put stickers on
That's-
your car to find your
That's
car.
hella
Yeah.
extra.
But you
I
can
know. So I did. I put those 2 little stickers on
Yeah.
Annie, and it made it a lot easier to find her. And then she was totaled. I have no more stickers. I have no stickers.
yeah, but now you got to...
Well, on your new car. Though.
yeah.
Right. I have no stickers. I need to get some. But also it's green. There's not that many
Green cars.
darker green cars. I'm seeing a lot of the like pale green cars, like Subaru.
The lesbian green that Subaru has.
Oh my gosh. So speaking of that, my mom was telling me, because as soon as I got my car, I drove over to her house so that way I could show it to her. And she said, oh my gosh, I don't know if you've seen the TikTok thing about how the Subaru Outback is kind of the lesbian car. And I said, yes, I have seen that. And she said, well, this was new to me, so I don't know if you've seen it, but they're saying that if that's the lesbian car, the Jeeps are the bisexual car. And I was like, yes, look at me. I didn't even know. And I'm already on the trend.
I used to have the lesbian
It's in
green
my
Subaru.
blood.
And then it was when I had my long hair too, so I'm sure some honeys was like, oh, and then I got it.
Oh.
I see a full beard and they're like, damn it.
Or they're like, yes, she's got all the testosterone I want. Could be their thing.
So hilarious.
But I saw a comedy skit. It was on someone's actual like comedy routine. I can't remember who it was, but it was on Netflix. So you guys might have seen it. But he made a joke about how, and the comedian is married to a Latina woman, and he made a joke that he didn't understand why people thought bad of like AOC if she would have been in the CIA, because he was like, Latina women.
Oh, Krista Stefano.
Yeah. He was like, no one goes through a phone like a Latina woman.
Yep.
Like they are the ones that you want, like going through all your stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, is that true? So I was going to ask.
I mean, Cass always talks about like how she's
Being able to find shit.
Yeah, and I mean, her and like I think like a friend of hers from like Reno, they were like, yeah, you know, like we're the FBI, but I thought that was like all women. Isn't that like a just like a women thing? At least where I was growing up, they were like, yeah, women can like if you give them a name, they'll like find where they work and where they live off of Facebook or something.
Oh, I mean, I do know people like that, and
Yeah.
they are all women.
See? So I don't think it's a necessarily. See?
Oh my gosh, that's interesting.
So
Maybe
not
it's
like
just
a Latina
me.
women thing. I think he probably catches more flack because she's a Latina woman. She's a little fiery about it, maybe, or something. But like, I don't know. Like, yeah, that was just like a woman thing.
Oh.
But I think he was just kind of doing that to like throw it in as like part of the joke.
Right.
It's like I'm a white man dating a
Yeah.
Latina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's a skill I don't have. I don't have that skill.
Well, it's because you're in a bisexual green car now.
That's true.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't care about as much shit as everybody else. Like, I'm kind of like
I don't care, whatever comes at me.
I mean, I'm also right on the. I'm just really happy with where I am in life, and I'm like, okay, cool,
Yeah.
all right. So you fuck someone, okay, cool. Like, who was it? How was it?
But isn't that a
Scale of 1 to 10.
I was gonna say, isn't that a thing that people were like, AOC was in the CIA? I'm like, what's wrong with that? Like,
Yeah. It was like a thing.
who cares?
I,
Now she's a senator. What the hell?
yeah.
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger used to just lift weights.
I was
And
gonna
then
say,
he was the governor of California.
what about all the people that used to serve in the military? Like, oh my gosh, they were in the Marines. Yeah,
Cool.
they were.
Yeah.
You are so right.
Yeah. Well, I saw a thing and it was It was like an old interview with Will Smith because
Oh,
I've been
God.
watching a lot. No, it has to do with like space and whatnot, and like aliens. I've been watching like a lot of stuff on YouTube about like all the stuff that James Webb Telescope is like seeing and whatnot.
Did Doc turn you?
Oh yeah, dude. But what was it? He was like doing some movie or something, and they were at basically Obama had invited, them over, the family, and Jaden was younger, and he was like, I'm gonna ask him about aliens, and Will's like, don't fucking do it. Like, come on, we're meeting the president. Why you gotta do all this stuff?
Yeah.
And then I guess in the middle of whatever tour or whatever, when they're with Obama, Jaden was like, hey. And before he could even say anything, Obama goes, I know what you're going to ask. Aliens, right?
Oh my gosh!
And he was like, and Jaden's like, and he just looks at him and he goes, I can neither confirm nor deny basically what's it called? The
existence of aliens.
The existence of aliens and whatnot. And he said, but I can tell you, because they were in the Oval Office, he was like, if there was a meeting about it, it happened in this room. And Jaden
Woo!
was like, freaking out and like all this stuff and whatnot.
That's so cool.
Right? I was like, oh,
God, Obama
man.
was so cool. I mean, it still is, but
Yeah.
that's so cool. If there was a meeting about it, it happened right here.
And they talked about nothing.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Wouldn't that be wild? That
Cool
was
shit like that
I would
happens.
only want to be president just to like read all the stuff, and then I would
Just to know all the shit.
yeah, and then I would just do something, get impeached. Be like, I didn't want to be here. I read all
Just
the
get a
stuff.
blowjob under the desk.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then get impeached.
Monica.
Honestly, I don't know if you can get impeached anymore. It didn't mean anything to Trump. He just ignored it. So I think you can just ignore it
Yeah.
and stay in power
They
forever.
tried to do it twice.
Right.
Yeah.
And he
Well,
just
his
ignored.
team was too good.
Yeah. Well, I love like. Did you see? It was like. I think it has to do with like they like took the documents from Mar-a-Lago or whatever, and then
Yeah.
he wanted the special master to like go over the documents to make sure there wasn't any of his or whatever. I don't know what the special master thing is for, but he asked for this one specific judge or lawyer. I can't remember what the guy's position is, but he asked for this specific person to be the special master, and they granted it. So that guy is the guy reviewing the documents, and then he basically was like, oh yeah, we he was trying to say he declassified the documents or whatever. Well, I guess that same special like master was like, okay, what process did you go through to declassify the documents? And then his lawyers are like, we're not going to say that because it might incriminate him on future charges. And he's like, what the guys? Like, you literally put me in, and then I ask you, like, the thing that you said that you did, and then they won't even give him any evidence, like, for that or anything.
Right.
So I'm like, you literally got everything you wanted, and then still are not, like, complying, basically.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell?
That's crazy.
It's so nuts.
I meant to tell you guys. So it'd be funnier with Ben here, but he can just make sure that I'm correct next time we meet. I don't remember the night we went out to celebrate Cash.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure, like, a few of you didn't remember. I know Andrea didn't remember part of it. I'm sure you didn't remember part of it. You remembered it?
I was just super hungover.
Yeah.
I didn't feel great after that.
Well,
yeah.
I know you remember getting there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, I remember getting there.
And then what part did you go out at?
I just first.
Which room were we in?
Hold on.
Which room
Hold
were
on.
when you went out?
First, I just want to say,
Okay.
talking about this makes me feel uncomfortable, which is why I'm finding it difficult to make eye contact right now.
Why?
Because I am embarrassed.
Why?
So I wanted to apologize.
You don't have anything to apologize for. You didn't do
I
anything.
don't remember,
Y'all never
though.
finished.
That's fine, yeah.
I don't remember. And I wanted to apologize because one thing I do know about myself, my personality just gets enhanced, obviously. Like when I'm drinking, it doesn't turn me into a dick. It doesn't make me do anything I normally wouldn't do. But it makes me super selfie aware. So I'm so sorry because I'm sure I took so
I was
many
gonna say, check your
photos.
phone.
And so I haven't because I'm
Oh.
so embarrassed about how many that I
I think you're
take
just
when I
gonna
get
laugh,
drunk.
though.
I don't know why, but I find it so embarrassing that whenever I get drunk, all I want to do is take selfies with people. That embarrasses the shit out of me.
I think you're just gonna laugh and be like, "Dang, I wish I remember I was having that much fun."
Yeah.
You can be like, "Let's go back to that."
Yeah, let's go back.
So I feel like I remember most of the night, but
Maybe.
I don't remember leaving. I don't remember getting back to Ben's car. I don't remember getting lost on the way for Ben's car and circling a hotel room. I also don't remember seeing a cop and stopping and saying, "Thank you so much for everything that you do. You have a thankless job and I really appreciate it." Like literally when I'm drunk, it just makes me nice.
Oh, that's so hilarious.
When I'm sober and I'm like me, I see a cop and I'm by myself or I'm in a car with people and I'll be like, "Fuck that guy, fuck you, fuck the police." And then when I'm drunk and I see one, I'm like, "Hey, thank you. I know you put yourself in the line of fire every day and it is a thankless job and you don't get paid enough. I really want to thank you for your service."
He's
And
probably just cracking up like,
Hey, I asked Ben because I don't remember that. I was like, "Oh my gosh, please tell me that he wasn't annoyed." And he was like, "No." He actually took a moment, like recognized you and was like, "Hey, thank you. I appreciate that." And I was like, "I don't remember, but I'm glad I made that guy's night."
So was he good though? Ben?
Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
Ben,
okay, good.
Ben was good.
Good.
Ben was good. But I had to show you.
let's go through it right now.
I don't know what
Let's do it.
happened, but I have to show you pictures of my bruises. I don't know
man.
I don't know what happened to me.
You didn't fall.
I was going to say, I don't remember falling. I'm going to be super embarrassed if I fell.
No, you didn't fall at all.
I
don't think
asked-
anybody fell.
And I asked Ben if I was ever away from him for
Maybe.
more than a few minutes. And he was like, "Well, I mean, you obviously were alone when you went to the bathroom." And I was like, "Did I come back wet?" Like, I don't understand. So this is my thigh.
Damn.
Yeah.
Pretty
Like
big.
these are massive. These are not just
That's like your right side, huh?
kitty bruises. It's this side.
It's like right here.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking massive.
Yeah.
That's one. Further down my leg, I have that one.
The cop beat you when you
Like I have no idea what happened.
I don't know how you come
I have
across that.
I have a bruise on the side of my foot.
What?
I have a bruise on my arm, and like that one was so dark, people at work thought it was a tattoo. Like one guy noticed it.
Plum.
One guy noticed it and was like, "Oh my gosh, girl, what happened to your fucking arm?" And then everybody else that was standing around was like, "Oh, holy shit, that's a bruise. It's so dark. I thought it was a tattoo." And,
You should have said UFC on the weekend.
and then there's a bruise on my back. Like, and that one hurt the next day.
Well, that's like right.
Like right here.
It's right in the center of my back and it's like red.
Right where
Like,
your neck-
I don't know what the fuck happened to me.
You didn't fall at the club.
But it hurt. Every move I made the next day hurt because I was touching a bruise, and
Looks
it was
like you-
so swollen. It made my leg look like I had a cancerous lump.
Man.
I have no idea what
Big
happened.
clogs.
Don't worry, I'll share those pictures with you guys too. But
You probably fell here.
Maybe I was like,
I asked Ben, I was like, did I fall at all? And he said, I mean, don't get me wrong. You couldn't walk on your own, so you leaned on me a lot. But the only time I saw you ever kind of fall is when we were walking through the hotel trying to find the parking garage, and you kind of ran into the wall with your arm. And I was like, okay, maybe that's how I got this bruise,
That
because
would make
I do run into walls a lot. But what did you do to my leg? And he was
I'd
like,
say a rail. You probably hit a rail on
nothing.
the outside, but I don't know.
I don't know what
But
I
like the
did.
top of your foot, I don't know how.
wanna
And I
know how
asked
you-
him-
the one on her back.
I know. I said, did I fall? Did I fall like with my back on the wall in the hotel? And he said, no, your arm. I never saw you fall on your back. And I couldn't take a picture of it, but I had a really big bruise on the side of my head. So like, it seems like I fell, but Ben swears.
fell downstairs.
But Ben swears I didn't fall.
He's like, you didn't fall. Right when you got out of the club, you like fell, and then he just dragged you to the car. He's like, no, you didn't fall. I swear.
Yeah, but
Right.
there is stairs as you walk out.
So I'm like, that's what happened. So that's also why I was a little embarrassed to talk about this, because I was like, well, I clearly fell. Like there's,
Not there.
and Ben said, he was like, I don't remember you falling. And I said, well, I bet I did. I bet as soon as I bring it up, they're going to be like, well, yeah, you fell off the thing. But I remember us being in the first room, and then I remember us going into the second room. And I think I remember one shot in the second room.
Oh, you took a lot more than one shot in the second room.
And then after that, cool.
I think you took probably like,
I feel like I remember Jackie asking if I wanted a shot, and I said yes, and I don't remember taking the shot. Like, that's where my memory stops. Do you want another shot? And I was like, yes.
yeah.
Well-
you
And
probably
then I
had-
don't remember anything else.
Well, that's when I could tell you were drunk because you started taking selfies.
God damn it.
Like,
I know. I'm sorry.
Where are the
She's
selfies?
Oh, God.
Well, she hasn't looked at them.
I know, because
Yeah,
I'm
so that's
so
what I'm saying. We
I'm
gotta do it
so
now.
embarrassed.
But then you started recording, and I don't know if you were recording for Snap or for
I don't
what.
know.
Yeah, and I
oh
couldn't tell if
God.
you were recording.
You were
like-
recording a lot, but I was like, what is she recording for?
So many selfies. This is just, oh my God. Oh my God. And I'm
But-
not even in this one. I'm just taking photos.
No,
of
yeah,
you.
at some point you're just taking pictures. So I was like, I was thinking, like, what is she doing with these?
I can tell. Look at his face. He's like, what is she doing?
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is happening?
Because you were in
He
people's
looks
face.
very confused. I'm so sorry.
I just remember, but I was like, okay, cool.
I'm so sorry. I was gonna say I'm gonna have to print some of these best ones off.
I was like,
put
oh,
them.
maybe she has like a memory book
Yeah.
of like the night
She's
she
gonna
goes out.
scrapbook it.
Yeah, and
So
was
I
thinking maybe she
think
does
that's
that.
why.
I don't know.
No, so I think subconsciously. So we all know I'm a very, very anxious and insecure person, and one of the ways I'm most insecure is in friendships, because I haven't had the main friendships that you have whenever you're like a kid and you're first growing and developing what healthy bonds are. I did not have healthy friends. I probably didn't have healthy friends until I was in college, and so it takes me a little bit to kind of
Be comfortable.
be comfortable. And I think in my drunkenness, that insecurity takes over, and I'm like, okay, these people aren't going to hang out with me ever again, so I better take pictures of this tonight so that I can remember the fun
what you're
times
saying,
that I
though.
did have whenever I'm home
That's-
alone.
yeah.
Makes sense.
That's
That's what you're
literally,
saying.
I think that's literally,
tracks with a drunk mind too. Like,
I
See?
took pictures with Andrea and Stro.
yeah,
Why?
You took.
I don't know.
Like
You
that.
just-
God,
It
that's
was
so,
so funny.
embarrassing.
So pumped, dude.
That's
Yeah,
so
it was funny.
embarrassing. God damn it.
Yeah, so you kept doing that to everyone.
That's so embarrassing. I'm so sorry. God fucking shit.
Well, it's
Okay.
just funny because at some point you looked at my shirt and you're like, is that Armani? Is that the real fucking Armani? Oh, shit. And then you bring out the camera and you start taking pictures.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Cass isn't even looking in this one.
Yeah, probably not. Cass was really
Oh,
drunk too.
this is a video.
Cass puked a lot that night. Yeah, you took video of me at one point. I remember I was dancing and I got like, I don't think that
Why am I? I'm literally just videoing Cass dancing and she's okay with it, and I'm videoing Andrea.
Yeah.
There's Jackie.
Yeah.
She's also okay with it.
Yeah.
But I'm so awkward. Who does this?
The only white girl there.
It was fun though.
That's so
Everybody had a good
embarrassing.
time.
I
we
also had a very good time.
We went to Jack in the Box on the way home, and we were like waiting.
Yes, there's you, Trevor.
I got super, so like I don't think that I'm a good dancer, and so like I don't like I can dance when I'm at a club because like everyone else is dancing, so I don't feel like the eyes are on me. So it's funny when you did that
Several
instantly
videos
in
too.
my head, I was like, oh, I better dance good. I was like, I better keep hitting it or something.
For the camera.
Um,
That's funny.
but we were literally waiting for our food because they got so much food. I mean, Stro got like a couple of cheeseburgers or something, and Cass and Andrea split like I guess the only munchie meal they have now is this fat ass box of like hella the mini tacos and hella the like chicken nuggets and stuff and like
The good stuff.
a ton
Yeah.
of curly fries and whatnot. And we're waiting for our food to be made, and all three of them were like, I have to go to the bathroom. Get out of the car to walk to the gas station, like down the street, to like go to the bathroom, and then they like come back in the car. We get up to the house and everybody's eating and whatnot, and I like had some food and blah 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 blah, and then Cass goes to bed, and then Stro and Andrea kind of like go to bed, and I just came out and it was like 3:30, and there's just fucking Jack in the Box strewn across the kitchen table. And I remember like I didn't go to bed that night till like 4:30 because I remember being like, I'm just gonna clean all of this now. Like I was like this was a fun night. I
That's
don't want to
smart.
have to wake up tomorrow and be like, people are hungover, so we're gonna go do whatever.
Yeah.
And then also like have to clean. So I just like remember like I cleaned, I did like dishes and stuff. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. Like we got everything put away and whatnot. But it was so funny because literally all of them in the car, they kept being like, I gotta pee. Do you know, is the food gonna be done yet? And I was like, I'm not cooking. I'm not cooking it. I got hella food. And they're like, I gotta pee. Do you think I can make it to that on cue and back? And I'm like, even if you didn't, I could just park at the on cue.
Yeah.
And it was like, but it was that drunk mind of like, can I? Is
Can
it
I?
okay?
Can I?
And I was like, just
Oh my
go to the
God.
bathroom. Like, leave me alone, and I'll be in my car.
Yes. What about you? How was your trip home?
Just chill. Just a long drive, but no, it was cool. That was cool. We were cool.
He was driving me, so
I know, but like, was Jackie like at least singing
Oh,
to
yeah.
music? Was she
No.
dancing
But
on
you-
the way home?
eating.
Yeah, you were pretty drunk, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
what'd you eat?
I ate some trail mix that I had in the car.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Oh, that's what we do. Is like I pack like peanuts or something,
Yeah.
and water. So then when we leave,
Good, like little bar food snack
Yeah,
type of
yeah.
things. a
That's
good idea.
smart.
that's what I do. And you also,
My favorite. Wait, you also what?
well, you also want to have the what's it called?
Electrolyte.
Pedialyte for the
Yep.
next day.
Yep.
Dude, after you sent that picture, I told Ben to go
Look.
get some. I love that.
Dude, I just wanted, like, all the women got trashed that night. It was
I'm so glad I wasn't
hilarious.
the only one.
Yeah, I
And
know, you
what's
definitely-
crazy is, I don't drink that often. And when I do, I don't.
Well-
Did you puke or anything?
But here's the thing. I say that I hardly ever black out, and I think I have the most blackout stories because it's so hard for me to find that line. I'm literally feeling totally fine, just a little tipsy, or like I'm starting to feel a little warm, and then all of a sudden I don't remember anything.
That's my problem.
I can't find that line.
I'll be like,
It's
I'm
very
either
annoying.
A little bit buzzed, or I'm like very drunk.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, what the hell?
But I didn't even feel that drunk. I really didn't.
At the wedding, it was like all you can drink, and I have like a period where I like kind of like blacked out and whatnot, and apparently I like helped this girl like communicate again with her father. Like, was
my
this
God.
very like, and I started telling me about it, and I was like, really?
Really?
She was like, yeah, you don't remember that? And I was like, I kind of remember talking to her. Like, I kind of remember like sitting in, like, because it was after the wedding was over, we went to this other hotel and they had like a bar. And I remember kind of like me and her got into a conversation, but I like do not remember. And Cass was like, yeah, she literally turned to me and was like, Trevor helped me so much. And I'm gonna text my biological father now.
Oh my God.
And I was like, but That always happens to me whenever I get really drunk. Someone just like starts opening up and I like help them with something.
Yes.
And then the next day someone's like, man, do you remember? I'm like, no, I fucking talked to that person.
But see, I love whenever people get really drunk and it just brings out their real personalities and they're really good people.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, it's so funny.
So-
Like, literally everybody that I know, when I tell them the story about me going up to a cop super drunk, they'll go, because they know how I am when I'm sober. So they're like, oh shit, you said some shit. And I'm like, yeah, no, I thanked them for their service, and I know they don't get paid well enough, and I know that they put themselves in the line of fire. Like, because
I fucking said back the blue.
because I'm just really, I
Well, then
feel like I
you're-
love everyone.
You're also making fun of other clubs, saying, why would people go to other clubs to do like this kind of dance?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
two-step?
You go to Cowboy.
Yep.
When you could just come here and just wild out and just
Yeah.
get wilded
Yeah.
out.
But that's something I really believe. I don't know why people ever. I never have as much fun at the country clubs.
Country bars.
I've never gotten blackout.
Is like a rough dance. Like Cass and I, because the night before we went to the fucking Cowboys.
Yeah.
We like two-stepped, and like only my right leg was like a little bit sore the next day because that's the side that you push twice with. And I was like, it's not even like. You know what I mean? Normally you go to the club, you're like, my legs hurt. I was like,
My
no,
thighs are
right
sore.
leg. Only my right leg hurt. And I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah, no, this is no. So that is something I very much believe in. So I approve of my drunk self saying
You
that.
told us like 5 times.
I'm so sorry.
It was so funny.
I'm so sorry.
No,
It was
great.
every time Ben would walk away to get a drink.
Oh my God.
Because I guess he was just like, oh, I don't want to be awkward. I'm just going to say something.
I guess.
And you would just say something.
I guess. I guess.
We got to get you that drunk.
Fucking shit. I don't know.
Oh, we got to go to OK Corral, huh?
Yeah.
The other
Las Locas right next to it, apparently.
Huh?
The one right next to Senior Shots.
Oh, no, we're not going there.
Why?
Yeah, fun.
Really? I don't think it's that good.
It's smaller.
That's why. Well, they're trying to take some, like they were using Senior Shots as a marketing tool to bring customers in. Like they were saying they were having the same thing as Senior Shots, but Senior Shots called them out because they're like, well, you're using us to get people in the door. So yeah, probably not gonna go there. Can't betray Senior Shots. But we should definitely try OK Corral. That one has 3 dance floors.
Yeah.
So you won't ever get bored.
Yeah.
3. That's cool. Yeah, Ben
Downstairs.
really fucked with me. I was like, I remember leaving the first room and going to the second room. And he said, okay, do you remember going back to the first room? And I said, no. And he said, what about the third room? And I was like, there was a
But
third room. He was
there's
like, do
3
you not?
rooms, though.
He was like, do you not remember the garage? And I was like, there's a garage. Like he was being such a dick.
Well, he's not that wrong though. There is a third room in there.
Yeah.
Margarita room.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
Hefty's
yeah.
room.
And
The
the
Hefty's
little
room.
smoking lounge is like
Yeah.
actually cut off now, and it's like a little its own.
The
room.
There was
Hefty's
a
room.
There's a smoking lounge. Yeah.
lounge?
they have
I said
hookahs there.
lodge.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They have a lot out there.
Man,
They
I
just
had a
kinda
lot of
hit all
fun
the
the one
fucking-
time I went. I was like, this is great. I also asked Ben because I know Ben doesn't really like to stay out late, but if I do go out, I kind of want to stay out as late as possible because I don't do it very often. So
Yeah.
as long as people are willing to hang out, I'll hang out.
Yeah.
So I had kind
Hey,
of
I got the perfect guy for you. Brian. He won't sleep for
He literally-
2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, that's crazy.
You can
That's
stay
crazy.
out all you want.
So I had told myself when we were leaving, I was like, I'm not going to make Ben stay until, they close because I
Man,
assumed.
he was having fun though.
He was. Yeah.
No, he was having a lot of fun, but at the beginning, I didn't know,
Yeah.
how it was going to be
Oh,
if he was gonna have fun. I was hoping that he would, but when we were leaving, I was thinking like, okay, the bars close at 2. I don't want to make Ben
Oh, yeah.
be out until it closes because he is being awesome enough to go with me, even though they're not leaving till 10. They're not going to get there till 10:30 because they're young, and this is what partying is. So I told myself that I really wanted to stay until 2, but I was like, I'll probably when it's like 12:30,
Well-
I'll tell Ben that if he wants to leave, we can leave.
Usually,
Don't
what time
remember.
did we leave?
We left a little before 1:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They cut, and they're just like last call, and then they basically kick everyone out.
That's what Ben said because I was like,
Yeah.
how late did we stay? And he said until
It
they
was
made us
late.
leave,
Yeah.
and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Really?
I like to
you
leave a
stayed out?
little bit before that just so I don't get in the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because they'll kind of be like, oh, last call, but then they'll do like a second last call at like 1:45 or something. So it's usually
Yeah.
at like 1:30. We're all like, yeah, let's just go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just woke up the next morning and I was like, how late did we stay out? And
Well,
he
how
was
late
like,
did you sleep in?
And he was like, yeah, don't worry. We stayed the whole time. And I was like, no, we did. You didn't have to. And he was like, you were having a good time. I was having a good time. It was fine. And then I was asking him, like, if I was difficult, like if it was ever I 100% couldn't walk, was he having to like carry me? And he said, no, you could always walk. You just had to lean on me. And I was like, okay, good. And like, was I running away? Was I like, oh, look at this? And he was like, no, you didn't do any of that. And I did not throw up in the car on the way home, because last time we went out, I threw up on the outside of the car.
Yeah.
This time, I did wait till we got home. But so I woke up the next day and I was like, why does it smell like vomit in here?
Oh, no.
And Ben was like, so I tried to clean everything up with Clorox wipes, but you're probably still going to need to mop. And I was like, did I vomit in here? And he said, you threw up projectile all over the bedroom floor. And I was like, all over the bedroom floor.
At least
and
you
it
got hardwood in there.
right. And it like splashed up a little bit and got the bed skirt. So like I had to clean the bed skirt and I had to mop the floor. And then I walked into the bathroom to get a towel, and there is vomit in the tub. There's vomit on the outside of the toilet. And I was like, then did I come in here? And he said, yep. And then you got up and you ran into the bathroom. And I was like, anywhere else I should go. Like you should, when I ask about one place of vomit, go ahead and tell me about all the other vomit. Like don't just wait for me to come across it like it's an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
But he was so sweet. He literally stayed up and cleaned up my vomit off the floor.
Yeah.
Or I was like, I'm so sorry for going out and being like that messy of a person. And he was like, it's fine. You waited till we got home. It's cool.
Yeah. He's like, I don't care.
He's like, you weren't
Did you mix it that night?
you weren't a bitch and you threw up at home. Did I mix it?
Yeah.
Mix alcohol.
That's the only reason you throw up.
We had a lot of things. Yeah.
What do you mean that's the only reason I would throw up?
Usually you'll throw up more if you mix. Not
Yeah.
necessarily like the only reason you'll throw up, but like definitely if you mix, and especially if you cross colors, like if you go from like a dark to a light.
I did tequila and vodka.
Depends on the tequila, I guess. If it was,
We did tequila, we did vodka, and then she had like just kamikaze, and then cranberry vodka, and then
I do
lemon
remember.
drop.
Don't
Oh,
remember
it was
that.
the lemon drop
Oh,
that
yeah,
messed
yeah, yeah.
everyone
Lemon
up.
drop that probably got you because they got me, and I wanted to throw up.
that's what got
Yeah.
me, I think, yeah. Because you guys did the
I
lemon
don't
drop.
remember the lemon
That was
drop.
one of the last drinks.
Yeah, I
I
was gonna say
remember
you did
that.
the lemon drop
And
late.
that one was like just a lot.
Is it because
Oh,
it's sugary or something? I think that's
Oh,
what it is.
see,
Yeah.
and when I do know that I will throw up if I don't have anything in my stomach except for sugary stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the bad thing about like Ben is the best person to take care of you in every way. He'll clean up your vomit. He'll make sure you get home. He will fight a cop if you say some bad shit. Like he was ready. But because Ben is like a weird human and never eats, Ben will maybe eat once every other day.
What?
Ben does not eat food.
I'm fucking hungry now.
I know. Like I'm always snacking. I'm always eating. Like Ben never is. Do you want some chips and salsa?
I wasn't gonna do it on here because I would be like,
I just
yeah,
sat
run
away.
back.
I just sat away.
Ketchup and chips.
But so Ben doesn't eat. So that is the one place where I feel like you could do a little better, because what would really help settle my stomach after a night of drinking is let's go through a drive-through. I'm too drunk to think that I need to eat.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But if you mention food, I'm going to be like, fuck yes, let's go get food. And then if you feed me, less likely of a chance I feel like that I'll throw up. But I had nothing to eat.
And there's taco trucks here and there too.
That's what I'm saying. But because Ben's like, I never eat. No one
He's
else
like-
does.
Club home.
dude, even before I
Right? I need to have snacks in my car.
Yeah.
even
That's what
before
I
we
do.
left, I was like, all right, what's gonna be open, kind of around the house, like.
Well, and that's my favorite part about going out too, is like when I go out and I don't drink to where I black out. And I remember like, oh yeah, I love food, and I go and I get food when I'm super drunk. It's my favorite part of being drunk.
Oh, yeah, like-
so like, why would you? Don't take that away from me just because I'm blackout. Give me food.
Like drunk IHOP. It's amazing.
Well, you should,
Never had
you should
drunk
text
IHOP.
them
What?
like before you get drunk. Like
Be like, hey,
reminder, we're gonna get food when we leave.
I want food.
Set a timer for like an hour and it goes off. He's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Oh yeah, put an alarm on his on his
That's
phone.
true. That's true. That says feed Haley.
Yeah.
You've never had like IHOP because IHOP's 24.
No, I've never had drunk
It's
IHOP.
the best because like the best food, in my opinion, the best food when you're drunk is breakfast because all of it is like something that will like soak up alcohol or like go really good with it. Like hella eggs or like pancakes will just like
Mashed
sit there and soak it
potatoes,
up. That's
or,
what I'm saying.
hash
Hash browns,
browns.
yeah. Like a ham with some, like it's the best stuff.